Let's move forward back to football, and we're talking about Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. It's been an interesting run there in Miami, and the past couple of weeks he's been in the headlines quite a bit. Recently, talking with the media and mentioning how there were players that were late to team players only meetings, and then coming back and apologizing. His win loss record isn't what a lot of people expected to be with the expectations that were put on his shoulders. He made a lot of mistakes in their recent loss. Mike McDaniel gets to the podium and says that he's going to be reevaluating things, which brings the question about Elijah. Is it time for the Dolphins and Tua to part ways and for them to go into another direction?
It's been time. It's been time. It's been time since after the 2024 season. Honestly, Tua Tagovailoa gets paid. Let me look at this. He gets paid, I think, $53 million a year. I want to make sure I'm correct before I go on my rant because I want you to feel what I'm about to say. He gets paid, yes, 53, an average of $53.1 million a year, 212, and he signed a $212 million deal in 2024. Did you know that Tua Tagovailoa only threw 19 touchdowns last year? Yeah, I get it. I get it. He had a concussion. He had a concussion. That's normal for him. Did you know that he only had 2 seasons, and I'm including this one right now because I don't even think he'll reach it, where he threw for over 20. He threw for 20 or more touchdowns. Does that sound like a $53 million contract to a quarterback to you? That sound like somebody who should get another chance to you. Does that sound like that's somebody that's just putting up numbers or winning games? No, no, it doesn't. For instance, I, the offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel, I'm not a or head coach. I'm not mad at he caters his whole offense to Tagovailoa, but think about it. He's hindering what Jalen Waddle could do, which stretch the field. Tyreek Hill could do, which is stretch the field. What A Chain could do, and he could stretch the field as well coming up the backfield, because all he doing is dinking and dunking. Tua doesn't really throw the ball down the field because he doesn't have the arm strength to do it. So now you're hindering Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, who can be ones on other teams and be productive. Productive. The reason why you were productive is because of those guys that they had around you in the offensive scheme that they had around them. Tua Tagovailoa, I can't even say his last name right, was never the X factor. That's his name, Tua whatever.
Tagovailoa, God dog.
He can't even. He was never the X factor in the offense, and I really feel like this. I know people are just saying, but I think if Mike McDaniel don't get fired this year, which I don't believe he should, I think they should give him another chance with another quarterback for at least
No,
half.
they already came out and said that they unlikely to get rid of him, but people be lying. People be
They
lying.
do. That's why I'm not even gonna. I think Mike McDaniel should go try to get another quarterback. Talk to Tyreek Hill and see what they could do. Tell Tyreek, give me half a year. If not, we'll trade you with this new if the quarterback doesn't work out. Because at the end of the day, Tua's the guy that's holding that offense back. I don't think it's Mike McDaniel as much. I'm not saying Mike McDaniel's going to take him to the Super Bowl because I don't believe that. But I believe the offense could be way more productive without that man under center.
Yeah, but the only thing about that, you said draft a quarterback. Who do you go and get right now? If you're talking about a high caliber quarterback, all the ones that everybody thought in college football were going to be good and were going to be ready, ain't that. Garrett Nussmeier ain't been that. Drew Aller hurt. Carson Beck ain't been that. Arch Manning ain't been that. Probably going to come back for another year. Who do you go with? Who do you go with? You're almost. It's almost like they're blessed and cursed in a sense, right? Tua has the Pro Bowl year in 2023. That's what we talked about offline. Of sometimes guys play for contract, whether it's coaches, players, whatever. They're in a contract year. They have a good year, and then you end up getting paid for what they believe you can do after that. So he had a Pro Bowl year. He led the league in passing yards. He gets the Pro Bowl year. And so now they're saying, all right, we believe that you can be our future. We're gonna pay you like you're the future. You gotta give them what the going rate is for. It's a messed up, way to look at it, but when quarterbacks are getting paid the money that they're getting paid and they're looking around and he saw that Trevor Lawrence is getting this and Dak Prescott getting this and all these quarterbacks are getting paid what they paid, they gonna want their money, right? So I understand that he got what he got. However, since that contract year, since him going 11-6 and getting his team to the playoffs, he's going 6-5 and now 1-5. In that time, he's thrown for 2,800 yards, 19 touchdowns, 7 picks. This year, he's thrown for 575 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. So now you turn it into pick main. And even in the year where you led the league in passing yards, you had 29 touchdowns, 14 picks. Hey, man, you got more turnovers in a bakery right now. Like, what are we doing? You giving the football away too much. But when you look at it, for me, it's not even about a football thing on the field of why I think it's time for Tua to move on. When he stood in front of that microphone in front of the media and started talking about business that's going on inside the locker room and giving too much like that, bro, that is the locker room is the space where no matter what, we'll handle it in here. It can't get out there. They say block out the noise. Don't put the noise out there. He got to the mic and gave him the noise. Yeah, players is showing up late to players only meetings, and it's about leadership. Boy, you the leader. You the man. You making $53 million a year. So aren't you calling out your own leadership skills? Why would you do that? And then you're wrong, because then they probably put him in their locker room and say, hey, boy, you done lost your mind for real? One of them concussions, then you left your brain on the side of the road with one of them last concussions you had? You don't do that. Come on, man. You think about it. My offensive tackle, offensive guard, my running backs, my receivers that we talk with day in and day out in facilities with all day long. And I'm talking about players is doing this and that, and we just need to be more accountable. Okay, hold them accountable then, Tua.
Right.
But then they probably can say, hey, man, you making all this money and you throwing all these picks and you ain't winning. It was cute in 2023. You got your money. It ain't cute no more. It ain't cute no more. It's not.
It was cute.
Can't have it. It was cute in 2023. Oh boy, he threw 29 touchdowns, 14 picks. He got us to the playoffs, though. He made it work. Hey, not no more. You got to turn this around, brother. And I think from a cultural standpoint, if Mike McDaniels wants to keep his job, Tua got to go. I'm not saying that they got to do something. They're going to have to figure out somehow to trade somebody. They're going to have to figure this out. They're going to have to trade him and figure out who has enough cap space that can be able to take him. Maybe the Raiders might want him because Geno ain't working out over there. Maybe if they can figure out how to, swap a little something for that. But Tua got to go, man. Tua is not the answer right now on the field and then in the locker room as well. Like, it is not a good situation in Miami. And it's a fast nose-diving plane right now. They are going down very, very fast in a hurry. And I know reports just came out a few seconds ago as we're recording this episode of the Dolphins saying that we're unlikely to get rid of Mike McDaniels. Losing changes people's mind. Just like how winning cures all, losing changes minds. Keep losing. See what happens. See once your butt start warming up. Go ahead. Keep losing. I'm telling you. And that's gonna pivot right into what we're about to talk about next with them wins and losses. You keep losing. See, won't you get a pink slip in the mail? See, won't your key card stop working to the building? Keep on. Okay, Mike. You better go and get rid of that man. You better put him on the bench. You had Quinn Ewers in there. If that's what you think you're finna do, go on with your move. Because if you keep playing Tua and y'all go from 1-5 to 1-6, 1-7, 1-8, 1-9, 1-10. Oh, yeah, you're going to get a high draft pick. But you ain't gonna be the one getting the pick. You're gonna get a pink slip. That's what you're gonna get. So we'll see. We'll see what the Dolphins decide to do with the future of Tua Tagovailoa.